ESPN First Take.
In the movie Any Given Sunday, third-string quarterback Willie Beeman comes off the bench and he leads the Miami Sharks all the way to an improbable playoff berth. But in the NFL, quarterbacks aren't supposed to go from clipboard holders to heroes overnight. Don't tell that, though, to Steelers quarterback Charlie Batch. While Ben Roethlisberger served a 4-game suspension, Charlie helped lead the Steelers to a 3-1 start. Big Ben is back. He's back practicing with the team this week. Will play when they're off their bye next week against Cleveland. And that means Charlie is back on the sidelines, at least for now. Charlie joins us here on ESPN First Take to talk all about it. Charlie, I'm wondering what it was like for you. You know what it's like to be a starting quarterback, but after spending the last 3 years as a backup, how did it feel for you to be back in there and be the guy?
Actually, it felt pretty good. I mean, I felt like a little kid, a rookie all over again to get that opportunity, because later in my career, those opportunities don't present themselves as much anymore, so it really felt good to be out there.
3-1 rather, I mentioned in the lineup without Ben in there. How do you and the rest of the team feel about what you guys were able to accomplish so far this year?
Well, for us, I think, in our building, everybody thought that we would be in this situation. Not a lot of people from the outside thought this, but, honestly, we felt this way. But, for us right now, 3-1 is a good start, but we really felt that we had an opportunity to be 4-0. And less than 2 minutes to go in the game, the way that we weren't able to make a first down and to be able to finish off the game, that was disappointing heading into the bye week. But you have to give credit to the Baltimore Ravens, because they did everything they needed to do in those final minutes of the game to win.
What was it like when Ben walked onto that practice field for the first time this week?
Well, really, when he first came out, into the building, everybody was excited. They were giving him hugs. It was just, heavenly the guy come back, as being one of the guys. And as he walked out into the practice field, you can see the excitement on his face, because I really feel that this was our first time that football has been taken away from him. And when he went back out there, he really wanted to show everybody that, number one, he was in physical condition to go out there, stayed in shape, the arm was ready to go, and he was ready to continue to lead this team. And you can see that from the first practice.
You mentioned his physical condition. We know he was working out, but just wasn't able to work out with you guys. From what you've seen on the field so far, how does this Ben Roethlisberger compare to the guy that threw for 4,300 yards and 26 touchdowns last year?
Well, I think that question will be answered over the next 12 games. So, and I think the good part about it is we had a bye week this week to allow him 3 practices to get acclimated again. And then as we get back next week, we start on Monday as we prepare for Cleveland next Sunday.
Charlie, one of the really cool things about you is you love to give back. You love to help some of the younger guys that are coming up right now. And for the last 7 years, you've been a mentor to Ohio State quarterback Terrell Pryor. How did you get hooked up with Terrell? How did that relationship begin?
Well, actually, the relationship began over 7 years ago. I run a basketball league here with my foundation. The foundation is Best of the Batch Foundation. And what we do is continuously help uplift community kids through sports and education. And one of the things that we use sports to draw the kids in. And then once we have the kids, we implement any educational aspect that we want with these kids. And then at that point, the biggest program now we have here is a basketball league that I run. It's for 7 weeks in the summer. It's 5 days a week. And we go from the second week of June all the way through the third week of July. And we have over 350 kids that participate. And Terrell was one of those guys that was brought to me as a freshman, and one of the coaches wanted him to play on the team. And at that point, we built a relationship during that time. And he wasn't that star player, coming out of high school during that time. Everybody knew eventually he would get to that point, but he wasn't that way. And I built that relationship with him. And when he needed a decision and needed some help along the way, he called me up. He asked me, hey, would I be willing to help him in this situation? And this isn't something that I started with him. It was just one of the ones that got a lot of notoriety, so to speak, over the years, because he's the #1 player in the country. So really, for me, it was I welcomed that opportunity to be able to help him, and really, we still have a relationship to this day.
Well, you mentioned that he's asked your opinion on sports-related issues. I also imagine that you have a relationship with him where he probably comes to you for advice on non-football issues. What kind of things have you guided him on through the years?
But really, for me, everybody knows he can play football. That's not a question. For me, it's a matter of making sure he's able to balance sports and the academics. And really, with our conversations when we talk, it's more about the academics and more about how he's doing personally. And that's all it's about. He may ask me some football questions, but that's not the basis of our conversation. And it's just really good to really be able to see him balance those two, because not a lot of people can really be major college sports and be able to balance those two. It's great to be able to see him do that.
I have to ask you about when the Buckeyes played your alma mater, Eastern Michigan. They threw up 73 points. What are you thinking while Terrell's scoring 73 on your old school?
It was kind of bittersweet because I'm excited for him, but at the same time, I'm like, wow, come on, don't do that to my Eastern Michigan Eagles now. So it was tough to see what he's doing. He's throwing touchdowns and he's catching a touchdown. I'm just like, wow. And, I know it's tough for Ron English up there at Eastern Michigan. I mean, we're thinking a 16-game losing streak right now, and it's really tough, but, hopefully he has put the right pieces in place to be able to turn this program around. And I know we're heading to Vanderbilt this weekend, so hopefully we can pull this off on the road.
Well, I know they're looking for the next Charlie Batch, and you do great work with your Best of the Batch Foundation. Charlie, keep it up. Congratulations on the Steelers' hot start, and the best of luck to you in Pittsburgh the rest of the way.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Anybody can follow us on Batch Foundation. You go to batchfoundation.org, and you can actually follow us on Facebook as Batch Foundation, or you can request me to my fan page, which is Charlie Batch as well.
Very good. Charlie, thanks. We appreciate it.
All right. Thank you.
Welcome back to the second hour of ESPN First Take alongside Jake Crawford. I'm Rishia candidate in for Dana Jacobson today, and what a guy, Charlie.
Yeah, well, Lomas Brown and Rob Parker, two dear friends of mine, I respect their opinion. Both couldn't stop gushing about what a great guy Charlie Batch is, and I want to take this opportunity to invite Charlie, when you're done playing football, come on over and join the First Take family.
Yeah.
He's good television.
Yeah.
He is very good, and I think he's got a career when he's done playing football.
Can't disagree with that.